Сказать, что это факел, как будто он не должен разгораться.
On the night of Friday, Ukrainian drones attacked the Saratov oil refinery. Eyewitnesses among local residents report a fire near the oil refinery. Footage from the site is published online, with some residents claiming that the refinery's torch is burning, which is usually visible during scheduled work at the enterprise, which is related to oil refining technology. However, judging by the footage, this torch is located to the right of the fire, which is visible in the published videos. Later, the governor of the Saratov region, Roman Busargin, confirmed the fact of the drone attack on the city. According to him, all the drones were shot down, and the wreckage fell in the industrial zone of the Zavodskoy district, where the Saratov refinery is located. Allegedly, there were no casualties, and municipal special teams are working at the scene. Local residents write on social media that many cars with flashing beacons have come to the Zavodskoy district. According to Saratov 24, the wreckage of the UAV fell on the territory of the Saratov oil refinery. According to preliminary information, they hit a fuel oil tank and one of the special installations. At the same time, the source who provided the information to journalists could not specify whether the fire had occurred or not. According to them, the plant was evacuated beforehand. In addition, windows were smashed in houses located near the plant during the fall of debris. In the morning, the Ministry of Defense of the aggressor country said that 6 drones had allegedly been shot down over the Saratov region at night. The Saratov oil refinery is known as the cracking plant, is part of the Russian oil company Rosneft, and is located in the Zavodskoy district of the city. The design capacity of the enterprise is 7.0 million tons of oil per year. Never before has Ukraine managed to attack so many important targets inside Russia as now, writes the Wall Street Journal. For all those who can only look at what is happening on the Ukrainian-Russian fronts, this should really be information that changes their narrow worldview. On average, at least 10 essential oil facilities are attacked every month, causing Russia's oil exports to decline by around 10 to 15%. Also, weapons factories, warehouses, and many other facilities have been destroyed by drones. A new in-depth article in the Wall Street Journal can reveal a lot of details about Ukraine's warfare in the depth. Many of Ukraine's successful attacks have been carried out with a large number of drones. In addition, different kinds of UAVs are often used, which makes it more difficult to both disturb and shoot them down. In 2024, Ukraine's self-made long-range missiles have both maintained increased distance and precision. The more strings Ukraine has on the lyre, the harder the attacks become to stop Russia. Even when it comes to drones, the situation for Ukraine has improved. Today, there are over 20 companies in the country that manufacture and deliver drones to the Ukrainian military power, the Military Intelligence Service, GUR, the civilian and Ukraine's drone army. Of course, you buy and receive as gifts amounts of foreign drones. In addition, a number of countries, together with Ukraine, have created an international alliance for the development of and production of additional drone models. One of the latest is a drone, Dragon Drone, DRONEDRAGON, that releases burning metal over its opponent. It can be added that the Ukrainian defense industry and their Western cooperation have both succeeded in developing new weapon systems and have been able to expand their production facilities inside Ukraine. This really gives hope for the future, especially as both the production of missiles and drones reduces the need for Western donors who are cowardly in terms of the use of the weapon systems that the country has received. One of several success stories applies to the Ukrainian cruise missile Neptune that hits a number of Russian facilities. Both Neptune and upcoming Ukrainian ballistic missiles will help Ukraine achieve new successes. One of the successful attacks that the Wall Street Journal writes about took place in September, where the Ukrainian attackers managed to destroy as many as 58 warehouse buildings along with a railway terminal tied to an arsenal of artillery ammunition and missiles. During the autumn, Ukraine has been able to carry out a number of really large attacks, with the help of 20 with drones. Many of these targets are over 500 kilometers from the Russian-Ukrainian border. On 2 occasions, Ukrainian special forces have carried out attacks on the Russian fleet in Kaliningrad. Ukrainian military from the 92nd Separate Airborne Assault Brigade attacked two Russian 220mm heavy MLRs TOS-1, a Solntsepek in the Kharkiv region. The TOS-1 Solntsepek is a Russian heavy flamethrower system that uses thermobaric rockets to create devastating blast waves and intense heat. Mounted on a tank chassis, this weapon is designed to target enemy fortifications, bunkers, and concentrations of troops. Its powerful munitions release a cloud of explosive material that ignites, causing massive overpressure and destruction over a wide area, making it one of the most feared weapons on the modern battlefield. The French reconnaissance UAV, DT-26E Tactical, performs tasks as part of the calculations of the Ukrainian 43rd Brigade. This drone weighs 16 kilograms. Its wingspan is 3.3 meters. The drone can fly 50 kilometers. Gunners use it for reconnaissance of enemy targets located several kilometers from the battle line. The French DT-26E tactical drone is an advanced UAV designed for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. This fixed-wing drone is known for its long-range capabilities, able to cover extensive areas with high-resolution cameras and sensors. With a robust design suited for various terrains and rapid deployment, the DT-26E provides real-time data crucial for tactical operations, enhancing situational awareness and supporting strategic decision-making on the battlefield. Russian forces attacked the city of Zaporizhia on November 7th, killing 8 people, including a 1-year-old child, and injuring 42 others. Russia struck Zaporizhia 5 times using guided aerial bombs. The attack partially destroyed an apartment building, houses, and damaged a cancer hospital, according to the statement. A 1-year-old boy was killed, Governor Ivan Fedorov said. A 4-month-old girl and 2 boys aged 5 and 15 are among the injured. The number of casualties may increase as search and rescue operations continue. Russia attacked Kharkiv in the early hours of November 8th, hitting a residential building and injuring at least 25 people. A KAB guided aerial bomb hit a 12-story apartment building in the city's Saltivsky district, causing a fire and destroying multiple floors, Kharkiv Mayor Ihor Terakov said. At least 25 people were injured, and more may be trapped under the rubble. Search and rescue operations are ongoing at the building. 5 of the wounded were hospitalized, Regional Governor Ole Sinyahubov said. According to Sinyahubov, the attack was launched from the Russian-occupied area of Ukraine's Donetsk Oblast. The strike on the high-rise also damaged adjacent buildings, metro exits, and vehicles. A separate attack in the city center damaged administrative, residential, and historic buildings, Sinyahubov said. Another strike in the area targeted a residential neighborhood, damaging shops, multi-story buildings, and cars. There were no casualties in either of those attacks, he said.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.